Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Now today's episode we are working in this area again, and in fact it's not going to be working on necessarily what we did say we were going to work on at the end of last episode. So at the end of last episode we were talking about maybe adding in a barn, which will get done, but I don't think today. What I'm planning on doing today is perhaps instead of a barn we could maybe do a well or something in the middle here. And in fact, well, let me quickly explain to you what the idea is before I continue, actually. So basically, the idea of our entire base is to try and have stuff looking normal, looking good, and underneath or hidden inside them. For instance, we've got a hidden storage room, things that'll make this area kind of be a functional area, but also make it a good-looking area and kind of hide the fact that it is functional. So hide its functionality. And the way we're going to do this farming area, because really this farming area, we want to be an area to get ourselves everything from our normal wheat and our carrots and all those kind of crops. And not only the crops, we also want it to get us, for instance, cows, so that we can get, make us, get us the ability to breed cows and sheep and pigs and all those sorts of things, so we can get all of their sorts of resources. And we are going to be doing that underground. Now, the plan is, today's episode, we're going to make a hidden entrance to kind of go with the whole theme of making it functional but not really functional. And the way we're going to do that is, I think we are going to make ourselves a well in the middle of here. So I'm not too sure how big the well is, but there will be a well here. And this well is going to be a means of getting into and hopping down into our kind of underground sort of thing that's got everything from our farms, and I've got a few ideas for those farms, to many other things, but that area will be completed over time. That's also part of a big project, because yeah, we really don't want to go too far out from this base at the moment, and we may as well do as many things in this kind of area as possible and keep it looking good, obviously. So that's the plan. Now, the well, I'm thinking will probably have to be, I want it to be an odd number, because I think odd numbers look 100% better than even numbers in general. So, for instance, we'll have to go maybe 3 by 3 by 3, 3 by 3, and height-wise, I'm not too sure, and I'm not too sure whether I want it here, or maybe, actually, here might be a good idea, because this is kind of an awkward area where I wanted perhaps to put a barn. Do I want to put a barn here? No, we'll put the barn there. I think this will be a good idea to put a fountain up here and have a fountain that we can jump in. And then we also want a way of getting out. So that'll be a bit of fun, a bit of redstoning for us. And that's why I've got these and those and all these sorts of things. We're getting ready to do a bit of redstone. But that won't be done until we've got the well ready. So I'll put the well in and I'll be back. Okay, guys, so we are almost actually finishing this off. And this hasn't taken me more than at least 5 or 10 minutes, really. It's, pretty much no more than that, actually. It's quite a simple sort of well, and it's looking, if you ask me, I'm actually liking what it's looking like. So let's just go up a little bit more, such as, there we go, and we can maybe take some stairs. I'll really not bring any oak stairs or spruce stairs. In fact, we probably went spruce, but we do have some spruce logs, planks, and some wood. So 3, yeah, that's a good number, such as that. Bam, because we get everything without leaving anything behind. I'm just really, that's me, that's just what I do. I like when that stuff happens. So there we go. We'll do this, and then we'll just grab that, finish off the roof, and I'll explain to you what we are going to be doing in the rest of this, at least. So we're just going to do something like that. Nothing complicated right now. The purpose really isn't to have a well that looks good necessarily at the moment. For now, we are just kind of putting together a few pieces of what we want done, and let's give this a try. There we go. So we'll do that. Make sure it's not hideous, but yeah, we'll work on any hideousness a bit later. Yep, that'll do for now. Very simple, easy, and the last thing I want to do is this, but now I'm kind of thinking, as soon as we have these in here, that kind of line down won't necessarily work. So yeah, that's not really something we will have at the moment. We might work it out a bit later, but for now, we'll just have that there for, to remind us. So the idea is, this is going to go down. As you can see, I just fell down here. And we're just going to keep going down. I think we're at y equals 65 when we stand at this level over here, like just above there. And when we go down, I want to go down to probably around, what would be a safe one to make sure we've got enough height to work with? Probably about y equals 30? Maybe we can go down to y equals 30. It's quite a far way down. But I think it'll be a good sort of thing to have done. So I think y equals 30 is, yeah, that's our number. So we'll just dig down to there. And also, I'll explain to you what we're about to do. So for most of you will know this, but some of you might not. So in 1.9, there is a bit of a bug. I would imagine it's a bug, which allows you to get translocated by a piston. So let's quickly see if we can demonstrate this. So we've got a piston here, like that. And we can put a block there with, do we not have any buttons? Okay, well, that's our button. That's our block there. So we'll make a button here quick. And you can see we put a button on there. And when we... do I have to be standing right next to it, maybe? Like that? No. Maybe like that? Yeah, well, this does work. Okay, there we go. So you can see what's happening there. I don't even know if that was necessarily what happened, but basically what's going to happen is as soon as you push that, you get pulled through to the other side of the piston. See that? And you can do it also going upwards, and I have tested that, and that's a bit easier to do actually. And really, I think that's a pretty cool bug to have, if there was ever a bug to have, because it means you can do a lot of weird stuff like what we're about to do. You can have an elevator in a very small spot. Does this work? This will probably break it, but yeah, just not tall enough. But yeah, that's kind of the concept of it. We can actually make this work here quickly. So if we did that there, I think onto there. No, damn it, we just didn't make it. There we go. So you can see we just popped up one more block. So let's try it again. Go here. And we'll go like that. Very easy. And if you can use your imagination a little bit, you can see that if we chain these up, we should be able to create a very easy elevator for ourselves. And in fact, I won't give too much away, but this is also going to be, provided this stays in, provided they don't remove, we're playing in 1.9.2. 1.9.3 does seem to be out, I think, but we're not playing with it just yet. But yeah, if this doesn't change, I would be very, very happy. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to dig down, and I think we want to come up. Where do we want to come up? Let's quickly work that out, because that one we'll have to work down from a piston. So maybe we'll come up right around here. So we might just dig our way down here and then come up there. Oh, obsidian. Oh, this must have been a lava pool around here. So yeah, that is a plan, and I'll be back. All right, so I've dug down, and I'm kind of just going up here, slowly but surely putting in these things, and wait, did I just put this in wrong? Yeah, 2 gap there. Did I do that? I did do the 2 gap for those. Didn't do the 2 gap for this one. I did a single gap. Okay, well, that's easy to fix. But yeah, you can hear there's a bunch of zombies around, and I've kind of come up in an area that I've already been into, but obviously you never know where you are when you're around here, so we're gonna have to do some lighting up of the caves and stuff, it looks like, because there's a bunch of mobs around here. So there we go, up like that. Let's keep going up around here. We're just gonna work our way up, and then we also have to give it a test, because I'm not too sure about timings with these things, because all I've done is I've tested them out in terms of whether or not this will work, but haven't tested out just the correct timing for each of these. I don't think it'll be too hard to figure out though, but it is something we will need to work out. Okay, so I've come up with one design and it doesn't seem to be working. So I'll quickly just run you down here. The idea was that we were going to run onto this plate, and it's going to give us a signal over here, which will put this one down, then pop that one down. So as we come up, it'll push us in through those. But the problem is, you can see that we get pulled through, but then we fall back down. And it really comes down to what I think is happening is, if you see here, this one comes down, then the other one comes down, but as it tries to push you up, the other one's already pushed down. So it's trying to push you up into a 1 block, if you get what I mean. So let's go here. Trying to push you up into that single block there, which means that you'll just fall right through again. So if we can get this one to push us up and then this one to be delayed just enough to come down once we get to the top there, we should have a very efficient elevator. And it looks like it might end up being quite compact. Even if we have to go out to the sides just to get a bit of a delay, that won't be too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue on with this type of idea and see what we can come up with. Okay, so I've made a little bit of progress here, and it's just a matter of working the timing out on that. So instead of using some torches, only torches, take it that way, I've decided I'll use some slabs to pass the signal up here. And that also means that we'll be able to place a bit of a delay on those every time we need it. So currently the first one is working, so we'll run in. It'll pull us up here, and we're going to have a bit of an ugly thing over here. So we might be able to hide that somehow, but in saying that, it's not really a big deal. This is purely to get us up to the top, and in fact, we could even have this kind of dark, and it won't even matter. So we'll walk up here, bam, through the top one. We can even decrease that delay. It's on 2 ticks there, so let's just put on 1 tick. Walk right through. 1 tick does go a little bit faster. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing on the next one. So we're just going to test it out, and provided this one works with, well, the timing from this one to this one works perfectly, that will be the timing for each of the ones on top. So it should be pretty smooth sailing if we can get this one going. Okay, I think we have got it, guys. So this is the next level. So that's the first level, that's the second level. And I've had to use 3 repeaters. These 2 are both on 4 ticks. That one's on 2 ticks. We've kind of just passed the signal on from here. So we've got that first one doing its thing. Then everything from here on is going to kind of follow this same pattern. So we can have the 3 repeaters kind of separating those, and we might even be able to get away with something a little bit different on the next few as well. So as we walk in, we get pulled up again, and it works out just perfectly. So maybe we can do this again. So we'll do it actually walking in from the back here. So let's go around there, line it up. We can actually just walk in casually. So yeah, that seems to be the perfect timing. Anything shorter than that will stop us from actually getting pulled up properly. So we'll just do it again. Walk in. Easy as that. So this might take a little bit of space to build up. So we might have to be a bit more creative on this side here. But yeah, that might... If we do, we might just be able to push it in. In fact, let's quickly have a look. Underneath here, if we took those out, we might just be able to fit that kind of redstone stuff under there without anything being seen. So we'll have to work it out that way, which is great. So that will be facing the horizon east. There's east. So in the east direction, we'll have to put those ones in. So this is an easy design. I'm actually going to leave it here just in case I have to reference it. And yeah, I'll go put this in. And hopefully this works. Also, before I go, I've managed to get this to be completely hidden as well. So we can have it like that. And again, like so. And really? Yeah, like that. So everything should be hidden. So as we walk in, bam, through. Easy as that. Here we have it. I have actually, I think, finished this, and remember how we had that one piston over there and it just didn't work? Well, when I was looking to wire these things, we ended up having to change this design up a bit, and the wiring would have come down on the blocks that these ones are on, so that wouldn't have actually worked. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. We'll have to work out another way of getting it, because we currently finish up over there. And as I say, there was a bit of changes we had to make, and I'm going to quickly go sleep this off because that is not creeper proof at the moment, so we don't want anything to happen. So yeah, but we did have a few challenges down at the bottom there, as per usual. Whatever you think is going to happen doesn't necessarily happen, and the reason being that this design here didn't account for the next level as well as I thought it did. So we'll just drop down here. You can see we've got a slime block, and in hindsight, I should have put this stuff on the other side of the elevator. But I'm not too concerned about that. This is really just for dropping down. We can actually put a bit of water here with a sign so you can't see too much down there, but we'll drop down. You can hear there's a skeleton somewhere around there. Oh, that's not really good. Yeah, so this area here, for some reason, is a bit of a mob spawning area. Even though I've tried to light up pretty much everything. Where's the skeleton? He's probably going to appear somewhere soon enough. Or maybe he's on one of the pistons. Okay, so here's what's happening here. Actually, can I show you up here? You can see we've got all these rows here going doing their thing. And up here, we can quickly check in the back and see what's going on here. So you can see, can I get into this? No. Maybe on this side. Okay, no. Maybe if we get stuck, we could probably have a look at that. It's just awkward enough to not be able to get in. So we'll walk up. And by the way, we still can hide this stuff. So what we see here is not necessarily a problem. There we go. Easy. Didn't have to do anything. That's really great. Now, I've tried playing around with half slabs and stuff like that, and they just don't seem to work. Maybe a carpet. Maybe a carpet could... And I've actually got the ability to make some wool here, so let's try that out. Although I don't think it will work. With, like, the whole block on top of things. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work, but let's give it a go anyway. So we'll do that. Why does it still take damage? Let's quickly just eat some food. Alrighty, go again. And by the way, I think I can take one tick out of this. It seems like it's just one tick too slow. Yeah, maybe just one more tick out would be good. Oh. Is that because I think that was... Not because of me, I think that was actually those carpets. If the carpet's on the next level... Yeah. And... there we go. So maybe can we just make ourselves a button? Where's... Don't I have any... Okay, well, we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. There we go. And... This should be able to get us out. There we go. Perfect. Now, where is my stuff? There we go. And they can stay there. So, that's that done. The next step will be obviously just clearing this up. And then we might not... I don't think today we're going to figure out a way to get that thing over there all kind of hidden. But what we can do is maybe just clean up that area just a little bit. Make it look a little bit more good around the well. Make it look like it's actually meant to be there. And do that sort of stuff. So I think that'll be our next step. Alrighty, here we are. I think we can go and try out a few things here, because there's really nothing that I have. And I forgot the sign and the bucket of water. There's nothing I've really thought too much about yet, so that might be a plan. Okay, well that's not working the way I planned it. Around there actually might not be a bad idea. Putting these sorts of things, just to kind of add a little bit of something to it, making it look like there's something going on. Oh, I like that. That looks alright. Cool. Well, then the next thing, we will go and make ourselves a bunch of buttons and put them on here. Kind of break up just the flat pieces of wood. And hope that looks good. Yeah, alright. I think that looks a little bit weird. Work that won't connect to anything. How do we do this? Maybe we can try that just to kind of distract, hopefully, from the flatness of it. Oh, well, you know what'll happen? We can't get in. Okay, so cancel that idea. We might actually add some more of the, what are they called? Gates in there. That might not be a bad idea. And I'm not 100% sure with the wood looking really flat, but I think it'll last. I think it'll be alright. Now the next thing we want to do is maybe just add a little bit of groundwork around here. And I forgot the bricks. Dang it. We were just going to maybe scatter a few pieces of dirt, coarse dirt, and a few pieces of stone and stuff like that. Oh. Okay. And then maybe just a few path blocks around like that. And really just kind of add a bit to this area. The next thing is we also want to have over here, I'm thinking, some mossy stone. Just because, I mean, it's around water. We add the water. And yeah, that'll look good. So what I'll do is I'll go grab that. And then we can see how it looks. Alrighty, we're back. And we can give these a try. So maybe bricks and stuff like that around there. Grab that out. And then we'll just kind of scatter these around. So we go like brick, brick, and a bit of mossy cobble because that is important. We've actually got so much of this stuff right now. It's crazy. Just the amount of mossy cobblestone we've got. Actually, a few episodes ago, before we went to the Podzol, on that Podzol adventure, we didn't have any, and I was actually kind of upset. But now we've got tons. There we go. And, oh, there we go. I still think maybe a bit more of this. Yeah. Make these ones a bit lighter. And maybe there. And there. Probably put like a little garden-y thing on there. Do I have... No, I don't have any vines on me. Now for this area in the middle, what I'm thinking is we'll probably just end up pathing majority of this to make... Oh... I think there's a few things which really were overlooked at making this a bit smoother with this offhand thing. And one of it is when they place blocks, and specifically when you're doing path blocks. When you're placing, for instance, I don't think yeah, you can't do it with one of these, but for instance, if you had other blocks in here, as soon as you try and do a path, so you do path, and then you end up placing blocks, and then you got to restart that path because now it's gone to dirt. Oh, man. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, I think that is going to do us for today's episode, guys. So let me know if you guys have got an idea for this area right here, because that would help out a ton if we could figure this little piece out here. But yeah, it's not the biggest of deals. We should be able to get it right one day, hopefully. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next time.